Namaste, beloveds. Very, very nice to meet you all today here. Thank you for joining. There is no feeling to share anything right now, so anybody can talk. Yeah. Hello, Ines.
Hello, Rajee. I just wanted to come forward. Can you hear me well?
Now.
Is it better? Just wanted to come forward and say I'm feeling so happy to see you.
Same here. I'm also feeling very, very happy to meet you.
And just feeling so grateful for this offering of the Satsang. Thank you.
It is very beautiful to come together and meet as the beings, no? Because it doesn't happen in life so often, like rare places, rare times, no, like this happening, no. Like very few places where we are allowed to be the being. We are encouraged also even to be the being. We are guided or pointed also to be the being also. Most of the other places are for environment, are for supporting as a to support for living as a person only. No? Person is the role that we are playing in life. No? Like living as our ID card. No, that is person or not? Living as person means living as a ID card, our ID card, our driver's license, our passport or something. No? I think our family or loved ones only care about us more than our identity, more than our qualifications and things like this. No? Like whatever qualifications or abilities will give something to the other, that is cared, but this environment of satsang, which is a practicality of life and beautiful. There is nothing wrong in that. But this opportunity of satsang is very simple, yet very powerful in a way, very useful for those who want to live as the being, even for some time, like 2 hours every week, maybe, like joining an environment where they are allowed to live as a being, encouraged, supported, guided. What is living as a being is really as simple as not attending anything of body, mind, thoughts, feelings. Basically, not attending anything of the thing called my life, no? Which includes past life, which includes present life, which includes future life also. No, living as the being is as simple as not attending anything of that thing called my life. And we don't have to define whether it is a feeling, whether it is a thought, whether it is a sensation, whether it is a movement of attention or eyes or senses or anything. No. So this is precisely what is being still, no? Not attending anything. And obviously it is not as simple as this. Because we are so much into the habit of attending that life continuously, that something like what we call identification has happened. Identification not in the sense of a glue that we got attached to that thing. Identification in the sense that we have started taking that as our default way of being. Like this is my regular way of being. Like if I don't think, it's like I will die. Long time back, when I used to be a meditator in the beginning, and one friend who was very intelligent also, and intelligent in the sense of intellect, and he got successful in life also afterward, like big jobs and all of that. And he used to have some kind of argument with me sometime that I cannot believe that there can be a state of a being where we are not thinking. If we don't think, we will die. He said like this. He used to say like this. So this is how it feels to us also when we are too much identified. Identified basically means convinced. We are convinced somehow. Like there is no opportunity we have got maybe so far to have a glimpse, catch a glimpse of who we are beyond this convinced reality. And that is where meditation, fundamental meditation, Satsang, Dhyan and Satsang comes in play also. Let us have a glimpse of something radically different than what we have been living. No? That is being without doing anything. No? Being without doing anything. Learning to be without doing anything. No? Which does not disable us from doing anything. No? Which totally enables us to do everything afterward. No? It is about just breaking that circle. Circle is not the circle of energies which are inside us in this case. Circle is our unnoticed involvement with it continuously. No? So that is that circle. Breaking that circle means breaking the continuous involvement with it. That is what is. And some people, many actually may report in the beginning like, oh my God, what are you saying? How can I not attend my thoughts? I totally understand that because I have also myself gone through these journeys gradually, very slowly. So I got to see that, what happens? That's why spiritual discussions definitely help. They refine our understanding of the mind level. No? But meditation also helps a lot. So would you like to do this meditation with me right now, Ines? And we do it in the way the way we are talking also, not like this, So let us begin this meditation now. This meditation is not going to be something like we have set a goal already. No, we have not set a goal as such that how much we will succeed today. We are just going to set the goal that what is our direction. No? As much as we can succeed today. No? But we are definitely going to be benefited in one way or the other. Either we will succeed in just being without doing anything, which is what is meditation, just sitting, or we will get to see that why I don't succeed. No? And then it will help us in succeeding next time. No? So let us begin now. I will continue sharing some things as part of this guiding. Try to keep yourself as simple as you can. Like simple means lightweight, like empty, in the sense that not burdened by some specific understandings, but more as you are right now, like as simply we are right now. Eyes open, eyes closed does not matter really right now. As soon as you will be able to sit as a being without doing anything, your eyes will close down by the way, by itself. So let us not force ourselves to change in any way. Just take care of one thing, don't go to sleep in any way. Neither physical sleep nor any sense of energetic sleep. Just don't attend the sleep part, just one thing. If necessary, you can wash your face or something. or kind of rub your eyes or something like this as you also, because this is something which cannot be forced, because who is going to force whom? There's only one being that we are that one being. We cannot force ourselves, meaning if even if we can force ourselves, we will be a forced being trying to be without doing anything, and that will become a doing. Forcing will become a doing in this case. So do not force yourself right now. Just listen, and that may result in understanding the key of meditation right now, and that will enable us in a way. Somehow it will happen in a way. No? As I said, it may not happen that we will sit as the being without doing anything, but we will get to see a lot, and our understanding will grow here also. When I'm saying let us sit as the being, or let us just sit without doing anything, I'm saying like this, okay? So that is a message to not do anything. Now, unless we understand what is doing or how we are doing anything, we cannot understand how to stop doing that, isn't it? So in the first part of it, let us understand how we are doing anything by living it, not by thinking about it, by looking from inside, like, am I doing something right now? Let us be very simple about it. Let us allow our understanding to be corrected also. Let us not bring some external understanding here about how I am doing anything. Like use any language. I'm going to use different languages right now. That am I doing any effort? Am I doing something with the flow of energies inside me? Another way that can help also to some, that is myself and my energies of body mind one? Are we one or two? We are two, no? Because we are the experiencer of them. We are not one with them, no? Even if it is felt like in experience it feels like one, but we are not one, no? So one thing is clear, that who we are is not one with the energies. We are just living in the body mind, in the energies, no? In the energies of body mind we are living. It is just a matter of now feeling that am I doing anything with the energies right now? Doing basically means doing anything with the energies. Energy means thinking is also energy, feeling is also energy, thoughts are also energy, feelings are also energy. Attending anything in any way is also doing something. Attending means what? Like how we are attending thoughts and feelings right now. Let's say a whole of this energy, how exactly we are attending it. This is also something where our eyes have to open up before we can actually succeed. Otherwise, it will be enforcement. Let us not enforce ourselves. Let us gently become clear. Involvement means what? How I am engaged with anything. Let us understand this right now. It is just part one of initial part of the guiding. No? In this we are trying to understand right now internally that involvement means what? How I am involved with the thoughts and feelings. Like a thought arises inside. So this thought arising inside and I am noticing, is this involvement? But thought came and thought gone, and I remained as the seer, and my seeing also remained here only. It did not go with the thought. So then, this is not involvement. Or even if it is just for the moment. It is like a involvement of a mirror. You are like a mirror in this moment. Anything which is passing through the in front of the mirror is reflected. Meaning I am seeing it. I am seeing it means the mirror is able to reflect it. That's okay. That's not involvement. That is not engagement. Then what is engagement actually? Don't answer, just question. Because that will bring us to understanding of what is involvement or engagement. Understanding will again freeze something inside us that, okay, this is engagement. No, it is a alive understanding. Let us live the alive understanding of what is engagement right now. Which is all this understanding is in service to our decision that we want to sit as the being without doing anything. And this is funny thing. The more simply and consciously we are checking what is engagement, the more we are finding that I am not engaged actually. So funny. I just am here noticing any and everything that is arising inside me, passing through me or in front of me. But I'm not finding myself engaged with anything. How amazing is it? Isn't it? So you sitting here right now, things are arising, but you are not engaged with them. The preparation of meditation finished now. Okay. Now let us enter in meditation, where most probably closed eyes will be useful, but open eyes also no problem. There, if we enter into the meditation, meaning if we enter into the being that we are, who is not doing anything, then even if our eyes are open, they will be empty eyes because nobody will be looking out of them now. They will be still eyes also. So now let us let us experience ourselves. We will begin by experiencing ourselves now. Who is like a mirroring consciousness, reflecting everything which is arising, but now not even looking into the reflections. Now turning towards ourselves, experiencing ourselves, feeling ourselves, who is just here without any engagement with anything that is happening inside. Again, keep it very lightweight. Don't make it heavy, burdened or anything. Light, very light and simple. Like, let's keep it very genuine, very fresh. Even if we don't succeed, at least we will feel freshness, lightweightness. Because this lightweightness, this freshness is the experience or the quality of our own being, who we are actually. So we cannot force ourselves to feel who we are. We can very gently, in very subtle, through this subtle understanding that we are living, we can allow only. Let us allow ourselves to feel ourselves. Otherwise, we are going to end up with some headache or something. That's not the goal. Not forcing ourselves to experience who we are right now, or not forcing ourselves to experience this being that we are, who is sitting in itself without doing anything. What is the purpose? Why we should experience ourselves? By experiencing this pure being that we are, who is sitting without doing anything, the misunderstanding dissolve. We become a resolved being. A resolved being is the one being, one wisdom. One being, one seeing. Here we come to this one being, one seeing. And we very soon will come to the state where we will feel that I'm a still being and pure seeing. No? Naturally still perceiver. No? Still perceiver, pure perception. No, still perceiver, pure perceiving. It is not trying to make the perceiving pure. It is just happening by itself. The pure perceiving is happening by itself also. In this pure perceiving of the still being that we are, there are not things that we notice, that like ego or the being or the mind or the thoughts. No, none of these things are here in that way. All of the reality is here, but in the essence now. Now everything is as the essence of it, as the reality of it. So this perceiving of the being is subjective perceiving. It is not objective perceiving. This is what wakes us up to who we are. Whenever there is any stress felt, let go. No need to stress yourself. Just take care that do not attend sleep of any type, whether physical or any other energetic sleep. Just be alert about that sleep part, nothing else. It is so silent here, isn't it? But what is this silence? From where this silence is coming? Beloved, I am so happy to tell you this, to share with you this, that this silence is not really coming from anywhere in that way. It is just you, the being, is silent right now. You, the being, is silent. When you, the being, is silent, this is this silence is what you are experiencing without doing anything. This silence cannot be put in any category of any experiences. This is where the experience and the experiencer becomes one, as one reality. And you will not be able to take this experience out of the experiencer, remember. So that effort will be useless here. You can only taste. You cannot take anything home from here, remember. Home being that objective seer or objective seeing. So for the objective seer, for the objective seeing, there is an indirect reward, but not directly. Directly don't try to take anything from here. Indirectly there is a reward. And I'll share with you very soon. Right now, let us rejoice in the still being that we are. When we are sitting in the stillness, in the silence of our own being, it may feel like a experience of subtlety, like going into the subtlety. It may feel like an experience of some kind of refinement. All that is happening is that you, the pure being, is waking up. All that is happening is that you, the pure being, is waking up from your very subtle beliefs. Where you are going to reach, in one sense, is the pure state of being, perfect awakened state of being. From this pure state of being, pure perception naturally taking place all the time. When there is nothing mixed with the being that you are, no impressions or no beliefs are mixed, then our perception is naturally pure. Then we are able to perceive even the objective reality like thoughts and feelings, body and sensations, life flow and doings, thinking and everything, very, very clearly as it is, without being bothered by it, without being troubled by it. The pure state of being is not troubled by presence of any thoughts or feelings inside us. The pure state of being, our pure state of being, is not troubled by the flow of thoughts also, flow of feelings also. It is not troubled by the flow of egoic energy also inside us. It is the mixed state of our being. Where we get pulled into the egoic energies. So thank you for joining this and this guiding. Continue like this for a few seconds or minutes, and now the reward part for the objective seer, the individual consciousness, which is going to work as a seer, as a thinker, as a doer. For that, the reward is that individual consciousness is not really something independent of the pure being that we are. It is not. It is something which is born out of the pure being that we are. So, as the being that we are has come to the purity of ourselves, so will come the individual consciousness or the seer, more and more. Plus, it will have its own challenges also. It will be like you will land as a thinker into your old thoughts or old way of thinking. And yet somehow the thinker that you are will be more free or neutral than before. Without any effort, you will find yourself as a thinker more free, more detached from thinkings, old thinkings, and more neutral and simple about thinkings. This is the power of living the purity of our own being. The objective, the individual reward. So, in this understanding, as you will open your eyes, meaning as you will choose to come out of your purity of your being into your individuality of being an individual in the body, that time notice, you the being notice that what happens, how change takes place, how you come out of pure emptiness or nothingness of your being into being a somebody, some individual, a specific thinker or experiencer. Just notice this. Just notice, nothing else. It is going to be rewarding both ways. The being, the pure being that you are, will become more relaxed when you will choose to sit in your being without doing anything. And the individual level of consciousness, also it will become much more clear to you that what happens to me or where I am now. You know, that the self-knowledge will get refined somehow at both the places or labels in a way, as a whole for you, basically. So just allow this noticing also to happen that, okay, I'm coming out of my purity of my being into my individual level of thinking and like who I am now. I am a thinker because I am thinking. But who I am actually, who is thinking? Isn't it? Am I not the same being who was sitting? Is it not true? It is actually. So then I can think when I want to, and I can sit in my stillness when I want to. No, I don't have any bondage now. No, bondage was caused because of forgetting our true state, nature. No, now by living the purity of our own being, we are remembering our truth. No, so thinking was never a problem. Forgetting who we are. As soon as we forget who we are, the pure being, we ourselves create that belief that I am a thinker. And then I have to think more, or I have to think continuously. By breaking that hypnosis, through entering into our own emptiness or purity of our own being, we are able to think when we want to. And we do not have a compulsion to think ever now. Also, slowly it will be achieved, not immediately. No. So this is the complete picture, completeness of the being, where we are not dividing it as being who never thinks or a being who always thinks. No. But a being who lives as itself, in the purity and effortlessness of his own existence, and can think also when it feels appropriate, when it feels necessary. But there is no bondage now. So thinking is not a bondage. Compulsive thinking is the bondage. No. Feeling life, feeling feelings is not a bondage. Compulsively feeling is a bondage. No. Living in the body, feeling through the body is not bondage in itself. Compulsively experiencing the body or through the body is the bondage. No. Compulsiveness is the bondage in this case. No. There is no other bondage. And we can break that compulsiveness by sitting in the stillness of our own being. Because this is the only true power which can enable us to break that compulsiveness of thinking, feeling, or attending life all the time. And I want to just complete this picture that it's not that when we were sitting, or even some of you are still sitting in the stillness of your own being, that time there is nobody in the body mind level who is attending my life now. No, it's not like this. The consciousness aspect of you is still attending the life of body mind very beautifully, very responsibly. It is just the self aspect of you is not attending it. The self aspect of you, the being aspect of you is just residing in its own truth. No? So this being aspect is that aspect which is not part of the changeful life, no? Changeful life or flow. No? So we all have an individual consciousness also, which takes care of the body, life, and everything, even when we are sitting in ourselves. No? However, it does not take care of the personal life. We will know that soon. So thank you, beloved. Very, very nice to be with all of you. Even now, when you come out of it completely, keep it very, very simple, lightweight. Let us not burden it by heavy spiritual concepts or understandings. They are heavy for the mind and they are nothing for the being that you are. They are just another name. They means nothing to the being because the being that you are is able to directly experience yourself. No? Now, this truth that you are, who is living itself, this truth is more valuable, isn't it? Not what it is called. Yes? That what it is called is initially important. Because we are living in the world of labels only, no? Mind means living in the world of labels, no? Where labels are more important than the content which they point to no? Like somebody was saying that, does a elephant knows that it is called a elephant? Innocent question, but it is like an awakening question. No? Does a elephant, does a rabbit knows that it is called rabbit? Most probably they don't know. No? So please, anybody can talk to me if you feel. Like if any one of you has faced any challenge during this time, uh, or anything, if you succeeded also, yeah, you can share also. Yeah, Mila.
Guruji, thank you so much for this beautiful walk. It is very, very clear. And yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This simple guiding is not really going to give us something which we desire normally in the spiritual context. No, like when we feel too suffocated because of our misunderstanding or energetic involvement with the energy, then we desire something called freedom. Like that kind of thing. This is not that kind of thing. This is real freedom. This is freedom forever. This is freedom forever. So we may not get that thing here, and that's why sometimes we may not value a simple thing like this also. Awakening consists in great understanding, not in great experience. No? And we are searching for great experience because we are troubled by our present experience of being. No? But experience is going to be experience after all. No? Because it is the very nature of an experience that it changes. It is the nature of any and every experience that it changes. Can we explore for this purpose of understanding or for the purpose of freedom into who we are, that what is experience? Can we try to understand? Will it be useful? For So, right now you are experiencing something, obviously, okay? So, let's say this you are experiencing. Let's say you have something in your hand you are experiencing. No? So, is the experience independently something happening, or is it your declaration So is the experience declaration of what is happening, or is the experience that which is actually happening? No? I feel it is like a mix of two things. No? Like there is something also happening, it is like really there, and it is also a declaration of the experiencer that what is happening. No? Isn't it? But then, whenever the declaration of the experiencer has come in the picture now, there is a possibility of refinement or not? What is possibility of refinement is pure perception. Like how pure the perception or experiencing can be. No? Yeah. Like it can be so pure that any and every sense of bondage can just evaporate completely, even if not forever, at least for this moment. Like in this moment, absolute freedom can be experienced if our perception or experiencing can be pure. Because in life itself, in the life experience itself, bondage does not exist. That exists in the experiencer of it, particularly in its lack of pure perceiving. No? Like now I'm going to come to a little bit subtler level now. Mila, you are ready? We can, all of us can continue. The subtler level is the body, physical body. It is our experience or not? Physical body is our experience or not? But how purely we are experiencing it, that much we are free from it right now. If we are 100%, like if our perception is not 100% even, if our perception is very, very pure towards our perception of our body, our own body, then the possibility of attachment to it is going to be either minimum or no attachment. You know? Let us test it right now. Like, are we experiencing the body as it is existing right now? Or are we experiencing the version of it? You know, it's like sometime you will notice that maybe we are experiencing a version of it. You know, like are you hitting the body? Is your ability of perceiving is directly hitting this physical body? Or there is some channel between? You know, let us notice right now. Because there are very high chances that there is a channel, like through some channel we are experiencing this body right now. That channel is as if it is kind of regulating, like how much I can allow myself to experience the body as the body, or how much not. What all I can allow and what all not. You know, that kind of something in between there which is regulating, which is fine, which is that central mind we are using to live as individual in the practical life in relation to other individual beings. No? But that is also our limitation in a way. No? It is not going to, not letting us perceive even our own body as it actually is. You know. And what it takes to perceive our body as it is? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we do not need to do anything. We do not need to do anything to perceive our body as it is. And that's precisely where things are kind of going off the track. That we are doing something while perceiving our own body. We are doing something. Let us notice right now. What are we doing and why? Is it valid to do something? You know? So, when we are doing something, that is what is seeing our own body through mind. Mind means the active state of being. Mind simply means the active state of being. Being is the still state of being, is the pure state of being, from where the pure perceiving is possible. No? Is this understood or no? So Milak, you say something, and even somebody else also, if you like to explore with me, let us look into it.
Yes, it is very clear. And when you say I experienced this body through something or directly, it also was very clear that I was experiencing at the beginning through this mind, and then somehow I become free from this, or it was noticed, and then I started to experience this directly.
Yes. And this is a very correct, sequence of events that you are reporting. That it was noticed by me that I was seeing my own body through the mind, and then I'm not seeing it through the mind now. This is correct, because otherwise, within the mind also we have many possibilities of corrections, including the feeling that I am now purely seeing, where we will believe only. It will be another version of perception given by the mind only. You know, unless there's just a key I feel which can help us. Unless there's a radical difference between the two versions, we should not accept that we are seeing purely from the being. No, unless there's a radical difference, like a big difference. No, if it is just a slight difference, no, that's not what is the difference between seeing through from ourselves and you know. So very good, very good. Like it is as if like when we see through the mind generally, my body, oh yeah, my body, I know that my body. And when you see directly from the being, it is as if like, oh, you know, you feel like, oh, I'm seeing first time this thing. And this is the first time when we are present in the body also, by the way, as the being. How amazing, it's an amazing experience to be present in the body as the being and looking at the body like it is as if you are a child who was born. You don't have any mind yet, and you just woke up to who you are. It is as if like this. It is said also that a awakened being, awakened state of being is initially, in the beginning, it feels like a state of a child who is just able to perceive everything as it is, and who knows, who is clear that I am. So this is not there in the child state, but something similar is here also. Like mind is not there. Mind means, now you know what it means. It's a very different thing to directly perceive, pure perceiving. No? Pure experiencing is very, very different and very joyful, supremely joyful. Because what is being experienced by us right now, no? As the body, directly when we are experiencing it directly, no? It is something like it is that pure life, no? It is pure life. So we are able to experience the material this body is made of in reality, no? Or the consciousness which is living in this body as this body also, which we are also, which is the joy, which is pure joy. Like there is such a richness of joy, there is such a richness of joy, you know, not like oh joy, no, it's like oh joy, like a lot of joy all over the body, everywhere, every bit of this body is made of pure joy, no. And surprising, we are searching for joy, no, in our life, which where it is just right where we are. Let us live the breathing also a little bit, okay? Just to test that if there is any mind left in this moment between ourself and the perceiving or experiencing. We are able to experience breathing also or not? Yeah. So thank you, very nice. So what seems to happen in the process of awakening when we are saying that I'm waking up a little bit, or I woke up a little bit and I'm experiencing joy a little bit now, and I'm experiencing the bliss of my being a little bit, is that we kind of get out of that sleep in which we are living, or that kind of perceiving through the mind. We get out of it in some way, a little bit, and then what we experience is this life, this joy, and then we feel, oh, it's so joyful. Then we get into it again, where we remember that it was a beautiful experience. No? You know, life which we are experiencing right now, the body, our own body that we are experiencing right now, and the body that we will experience that time when we will go back into the mind way, is the same truth. It is the same body. It is made of bliss. Right now also, that time also. But that time it will not be experienced as bliss, as joy. Why? Why? Has the body changed that time? No. Has the truth changed that time? No. Truth has not changed. The experiencer is adding a lot to the experience that has changed. No. Experiencer is adding a lot to the experience. Then, but then, is it not a clear indication, clear pointing that what we are experiencing is not really what is present in life? If we are not experiencing the pure bliss, pure joy of being, truth, no? Then we are adding something to it. Let us clear our mind, or let us clear our perception, no? And just this sitting in the stillness of our own being is going to enable us. No? It will make our self a still perceiver, and it will make our perceiving pure also. Effortlessly pure, effortlessly pure. To make our perceiving impure, effort is needed. Fundamentally speaking, to, to, to perceive pure in the purity of being, purity of life, effort is not needed. But right now, opposite. Because our default way is when we are adding continuously something. So right now, effort is needed to get out of that default way of the mind. But now, after getting out of it, effort is not needed. So do not make any one of us, let us not make that mistake of trying to add something like, oh yeah, body is pure consciousness. Don't do that, please. Keep it very dry, very flat, very simple. Don't 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 spiritualize it now in any way. Oh yeah, my body is pure bliss. If it doesn't feel bliss, let it experience it that way. Dry, no experience, no joy. There is no joy. Just stay here, and something will open up very soon. And you'll be, oh my God, yeah, it's true. It is because we are making the same mistake again and again now. Even now we are trying to project bliss or joy on the body. Oh, there is a bliss in my body. Oh, wow. So these are the two ways of experiencing life, I feel. No, one is when we are not adding anything to life. One is when we are adding. No? When we are imagining life, when we are not imagining life, directly living it. No? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Nishant, you want to talk?
Namaste, beloved.
Namaste.
Beloved, I wanted to check something with you when you were talking about feeling the body. Is that okay? You actually moved quite a bit from there.
No
But
problem.
something seems...
Subject is same.
Thank you. Yeah. So, I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but right now when we're doing that exploration about feeling the body, it felt like there are two things. Yeah? So one thing is, for example, right now I'm in Bangalore. There is a nice coolness in the air. So I can feel that coolness on my body. So there's the sensation. I'm feeling the sensation that is happening in the body on one side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the other side, there's like today morning, I went out, did some physical activity which I really liked. Yeah. And that is cause a sense of well-being in the body. So I can feel that well-being just coming from the body. Like it is opposed to when a few days, you're not doing something, just working morning to evening, and body gets stiff. As opposed to that, today it's body is emitting that well-being in the body. Yeah. But other than that, I don't have any trouble in the body right now. So it's like kind of like, when the shoe fits, you don't feel the shoe. So something like that. I don't feel the body as such, the physical form of the body. But on one side, whatever is being sensed in the body is very clear. And the sense of the body, which it kind of emits, is also clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good, no? What is the confusion?
But the shoe is not there. Like,
Right now, allow yourself to slip back into the purity of your being. Just for a few seconds with me, okay? Which basically means coming to the most effortless state of your being. You're doing this with me? Okay. Like most relaxed state of being. Most means so far the highest possible. Don't believe that body is there. Don't believe that body is not there. Both of those are realities seen through the mind only. Come to your being out of mind first. And don't try to come out of your mind. We need to make effort to go into the mind or remain in the mind. Just notice very clearly the effort part and do not make any effort. You will just find yourself out of mind or out of effort. The same thing. Effort or mind is same thing for the being that you are. No? It is through the effort that we project onto reality. It is through the effort that we are not able to perceive or experience purely as life is. No? Now, through effort, we cannot really achieve the pure perception or experiencing of what is. No? So, sense the effort and let go of it. Let go means you detach yourself from the effort. Let there be movement, but you don't do anything about that movement happening inside you. Then you are not making any effort about the movement happening inside you. Then you are effortless in relation to that. And make sure that you are effortless in relation to everything that is happening inside you. Again, just relaxing, enjoying, rejoicing in your truth. And also now talk to me. Because maybe it is sometime that we are not able to notice our effort or engagement. How are you feeling now?
actually, it was so true, beloved, that that so I could recognize that that effort that is taken to kind of engage the mind, you know. I can recognize the effort, but I don't think I've completely let go of that effort also.
Oh.
I mean, it is so subtle, just letting go of it.
And understand that. Yeah, yeah. So don't worry about it then. Then in your own time also spend more time in your true state of being, pure state of being. And there will be a time when you will find that now there is no effort in me. No. That time meet the reality of this body. Then you will be able to experience that which I'm talking about. No? Actually, absolutely everything is simply bliss, whether the body or being in the body or our own existence. When mind is not there. Mind means a continuous circle of thoughts and feelings which is defining everything, which is designing everything, and which is what we are living only. We are not living what exists. We are not living what is still the timeless truth that we are. We are not living what is actually flowing, the body and energies and everything. We are not actually living any of it then. No. We are living the fabricated reality. We are not living the actual reality, the isness of life. No. So let us first live the unfabricated, uncreated reality of ourselves, which is found to be a very simple and stable way of verifying that whether I am in the mind still or not. No, because in the being, no effort is required to be who we are. And if still we are making effort, that means, we are in the mind. Mind means mind mode, mind state. Mind is a mode in which the being that you are can be. Active mode or passive mode. Passive mode is what I call Dhyan, fundamental meditation. No? Being mode, being state. No? Dhyan basically is the way of the being, how being exists without doing anything. And in the similar way, the body exists without doing anything right now, even for a few minutes, even for a few days, months, or years. No? In the similar way, the breath exists without doing anything also. So the being that you are, the breath and the body, all three exist without doing anything. Meaning they are existing right now. Okay, so I think this is fine for now.
Very good, Balavel. Actually, it kind of helps to highlight, that the mind can also exist in a very calm way, kind of. Yeah.
It can. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Like hardly any ripples, but that effort is present. So that is kind of like the litmus test.
Yeah. But uh, are you not the knower of this effort? If you are the knower of it, are you not free from it already? So let that make the effort which is making effort in you. But you make sure that you are not making effort in this relation. No? Can you do this right now? And then report to me afterward?
Well.
Yeah. Otherwise we will have to wait, no? So awakening does not require any waiting really. As soon as we agree that yes, I am ready to wake up or I can wake up, we can wake up actually right now. To what? To the reality that I am actually not making any effort, or I am free to not make any effort at least. So what you are experiencing as something still making effort, or effort is being made in the mind, make sure that Is it you who is making effort? And if it is you who is making effort, you know how you are making effort and you know how to not. So just make sure, into the purity of this experience and knowing, and just let go there, no? And do that right now. Don't wait for the mind to stop in order to get out of it or to be free from it or to not be engaged with it, no? Like this. Lena, you want to talk?
Hello, Rajee.
Hello, Lena.
Thank you so much. It's so amazing, the meeting. So much joy to meet you.
Same here, beloved.
It was something that I felt like sharing. This exploration of the body, and I feel I appreciate very much that you encourage us to not say like, yeah, the body is consciousness, and to be in this trap. But I feel to share what what my experience is. For example, when I dive into this pure perception of the body, I experience that the form, the shape of the body can move very. Sometimes I feel like only being a flat, sort of a flat something in nothing, and then I feel very light or I feel very heavy, things like this. So the what the body is, or what I see the body, the form, the tangibility of it, it changes so much from minute to minute, or it can change so much, and that is so beautiful, and yeah, makes the body as a very flexible, or a very flexible subject itself, and very magical, and yeah, just wanted to
Oh,
share
yes.
this.
Yes, yes. Uh, I think one time Ramana Maharshi has said like this, that even our body is only a thought. No. So all the reality in one sense is being created and maintained by the experiencer of it. There is no independent reality that is experienced by independent from the experiencer. As the experiencer becomes more still, the being that we are becomes more still, it knows how I am creating that reality which I am experiencing as independent from me. No? You know. So a deeper awakening takes place here, like this. No? Because after all, awakening is like a beginning of entering into the truth. Then the correction taking place more and more, and deepening of it happening more and more. No? But once we enter into the truth, even if not very profound, not very deep, the suffering definitely ends, more or less, if not entirely. Like the joy begins here, like you start smiling again, if not laughing loudly, you know, every day. Every day, like, for no reason, that is not because of something great achieved. I want to stop here for a moment and live with you, Lena, something. Let us try to feel a state of a being, a awakened being living in the body, no? And what it is living right now, lying down somewhere, just sitting somewhere. It's just living the reality. And it is in its most blissful state of being. Why? Because bliss is the material the experience of life is made of. The manifestation is made of bliss. Whenever it is experienced by anyone, they report that what I'm experiencing is bliss. And most of us are actually experiencing a version of it based on what we believe, based on what we would like to see in our life and desires and expectations and everything. So what we lived, some of us could live the body today, is that perfect state of a being, awakened being, no? Where there is no mind at all, absolutely. Just pure truth, pure being. Manifested and unmanifested. Unmanifested, living in the manifested. And knowing all the secret, all the mysteries of life now, secretly, because it cannot be explained in words. Only two beings who are living something same or similar can exchange some words that, hey, enjoying? Oh yeah, me too. You know? Because truth cannot be expressed in words, no? But when a being like you comes in front of me, a inspiration also is coming to express or to live like this, no? But Lina, remember this note for you. The more still your mind is, the better. You, the being, does not need to be still or not still. Once you start living as yourself, you are naturally always what you are. Neither you are still nor you are moving. But your mind, meaning the standpoint from where you do anything, see anything, or decide anything, or define anything, that has to be very still. Otherwise, this liquid reality will sometime take over, and you will feel, oh my God, what is happening? You know. So just keep your mind simple. Simple mind is a stable mind. Natural mind is a stable mind. Natural mind is a very powerful state of being, powerful tool of the being that we are also, where it can live the full truth of the body, and while it can do the daily life activity very naturally also. You know, like everything is holistic here, like everything is one here, very nicely allowed to be the way it is. Time is allowed. You know, activities are allowed. So nicely, so naturally, without breaking out of our joy or truth of our own being. So being stable, very important here. Keeping the mind very still is very important. Still means in the sense that there is no greed or there is no hurry to do something or achieve something. Because what needs to be achieved now? Whole of it is yours or whole of it is you. Where you can go now to achieve anything. So that hurry cannot be there anymore. That hurry comes from the old way of being. No? So just please remember, I just thought, beloved, that I will share with you this. Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate it, and I tapped a few times back, so I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like let what moves move at the full speed, while let what does not move stay. It's a very simple thing I'm saying, but if you understand, let your still aspect rejoice in its stillness. Let your dynamic aspect move as fast as it can. Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, while you said like this, I could see that a part of mine is processing what you're saying and is moving very much, while another part is still. I think in this manner you
Yes,
mean.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because you are living as one being and as two having two aspects right now. And these two aspects are kind of very, very different from each other. The unchanging aspect and the changeful aspect of you, where your wisdom is required. What is wisdom in this case? The individual wisdom of this individual self. So that refinement and merging of these two wisdom is kind of taking place. Just do not forget that you are always only one. And there cannot be any fundamental problem ever. There can be superficial confusion maybe. Because remember, for the being, how to do is never a problem. What to do, even that is not a problem. Doing as such is never a problem. The problem is the being is the problem. Being is the problem. Whenever you forget yourself, that is the only problem for the being. That somehow amplifies, that multiplies somehow in everything that we do now. You know. Like while we are not able to live as the being, we try to live as the being while thinking. As a thinker, we try to be a more holistic thinker. No, thinker, as a thinker, you have a very specific role. You cannot do more or less than that. By doing more, you are just going to add the distortion or more confusion to that. So that's what happens. Trying to live as the body means what? Because when we are not able to live as ourselves, we try to live as the body. And there is a reality of living as the body also, by the way. But again, appropriate. There is an appropriateness of it also. Like most of you is living as yourself, and little bit of you is living as the body also. No? How else body can survive? Even next breath, even next moment, body cannot survive without your support. Anyway, so I think you understand the point. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Anybody else can talk also? Ines, how was it for you? The guiding? Just wanted to check.
Uh, so good. And I felt really connected to your sharing, and also constantly felt this simple checking in, and then it got quieter and quieter and quieter.
Oh yes, yes. This is very good report what you are giving. Quieter and quieter and quieter. This quieter is our natural truth. And it is like, I'm sure you felt some kind of completion here, some kind of resolved, like whole. Because as we are moving from the periphery of activity or mind into the center of who we are, this sense of resolved is growing. Like everything is nicely one in a way, while separated also in a way. No? Like there is less and less objection towards what is moving. Experiencing the truth of who we are is a miraculous, amazing thing. Like experiencing that completeness. Not completeness of being and while my mind is incomplete still. No. Just one completeness. Like that's what is the joyfulness, peacefulness. Or maybe we can simplify it that when you are peaceful. Doesn't matter what is going on now, right now in the body, mind, spiritual journey or anything. No? Thank you. It's good. It's good then. It's very, very good. Why we have succeeded? Because we kept it very simple. Like I tried my best to indicate in every way in the guiding that let's not make it heavy, like let's not color it spiritually or anything like this.
Also, if I can say, it's kind of difficult to uh, say, but it felt like some aspects which are not required kind of just, stopped. Kind of, kind of disengaged maybe, and then kind of just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is good to not explain also right now because we cannot understand right now. The reason is that our own wisdom of the being, the natural wisdom, has not woken up fully yet. We will be dependent on the wisdom of the mind to define or understand. But I know what are you talking about. At this in these times when we are coming to our own being, we need to stick to only very fundamental things like truth. Like the truth, whenever we experience, we know that it is truth. Like it is known by us internally only. We don't need to think about it that it is truth or not. No. If we have to think, then it is not truth for sure. No. For sure, it is not truth then. If we have to think that whether it is truth or not, because when truth is experienced, mind is absent, or we are absent from the mind, where doubts happen. No? So sticking to the truth, sticking to the natural joy which is also present here. A peacefulness, a sense of completion is also present here. More giving, using it as an indicator. No? Try to try to see this picture. Every one of you can sense also. It is like that. You have come out of your center onto the periphery and you have been living there for a long time and you have to attend so many things at the same time. Not that you have to, but you have the feeling that I will have to attend all of them, otherwise I will miss this or that, and you are like this continuously. And now you are withdrawing yourself from the periphery to the center more and more. The more you are moving towards the center, less things are there to be attended, and less impulse also there to attend anything. Because you are now you are engaging with yourself more. The same ability which moves as our attention onto different experiences of life is kind of resting into ourself also. Same ability is kind of tasting ourself in a way, something like this. When we are very much into the center of our own being, then there is such a sense of freedom and completeness felt here that we don't even have a slightest thought that what will happen to my body or my life or anything now. We know very clearly in the way of the being that everything is perfect. The body is the outer reality of the being. Mind is something like a middle layer of the reality of the being that we are. No? Being is the deepest reality of the body and the mind. No? So they are not two, three things. They are just one thing. Yeah. They are just one thing. That's why when we are able to go to the deeper reality of the same thing, we don't think so much about the outer reality of it. That's why. Meaning when we are really able to, as you were actually able to go into yourself. Into yourself basically means out of mind. As simple as this. Out of mind simply means out of activity. Out of activity. Activity of the being is what is being in the mind. Let us understand these things as simply as we can, so that we can live this also after also in our own time. Like, oh, activity. So the active mode is being in the mind. Passive mode or inactive mode is my natural state of being. It's very good. I think it's very well understood and experienced. Thank you, beloved. Nishant, you want to talk?
Well, I just want to report that yes, I was able to that effort essentially dissolved.
Yes, yes. The attachment to our effort, or mm, let's say our bondage to effort, in this case, that that hey, I'm not free from effort, meaning I'm not free to not make any effort. This misunderstanding is very subtle misunderstanding. That I'm not free to not do anything, you know. And this misunderstanding cannot be resolved generally in the way of the doing. However, that also works. Like it kind of minimizes that misunderstanding. Like it kind of makes it more refined in a way. Like at least we come to that point where we can see that there is no reason for me to believe that I cannot be free from effort. You know, at least we can come to that level. Then we are already in a very good state. Like now we can really try something called meditation, fundamental meditation. What is fundamental meditation? Dhyan and Satsang. Let us actually live the not doing anything or the being. Let us actually live now, you know, not thinking about it, not trying, but actually living the being, living as the being. No? So I understand this, what you are saying. So what dissolved is not something like an energy. What dissolved is only a misunderstanding that dissolved in you. No? And once that dissolved, you actually have become free for now. From that you have become free forever now, no? Because it was not in what was happening in you. It was in you in relation to what was happening in you. No? You know what I mean? So our bondage to mind is not in the mind. It is in our misunderstanding that I am bound to mind. No? The hypnosis is happening in the watcher of the mind, not in the mind itself, no. But it feels that it is happening in the mind. If something can be done in the mind, then I can be free. You can be free, but not from the mind in this method. You can be free from one thought or one state of mind to another state of mind, but you will remain in the mind only, no? While mind is there, that time we have to be free from mind. Then only we can be free, no? As I was talking to Mila also, no? While the effort is there, that time you have to recognize that I am the effortless being, no? That's why this moment is very important, Nishant, for us. And I have full respect for balancing our energies, improving that the connection of the energy and the overall health of the energies. I'm very much in understand the value of it. But what we are right now living is pure awakening. In here, there is no place for any improvement or growth or change. No. Yeah. Here there is only one thing, that you feel that I am bound, and I will share with you and live with you, and you will discover that I am not. It is not about what is happening inside me. It's about whether I am bound to it or not. Meaning, whether I am bound to my body mind, whether I am bound to my energies by my own will or without my will. This is the definition for me of bondage and freedom. If you are bound to your own body mind with your own will, this is not bondage. Then you know how you are bound, and then you know how to be free from it. So this is the thing. Can you say something, please?
What you said is exactly what it felt like, by the way. Earlier also you were mentioning the difference between a great experience and that it's not about a great experience, but it is about understanding. So this really highlighted. Actually, it wasn't very clear to me at that when you said that. It was clear that it was not an experience part was very clear, but the other part was not. Yeah. This made it very clear. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Actually, understanding also itself is a magical thing to be understood. No, like when you are living as a ego. No, let's say when you are living as a person and understanding something who you are. Obviously, I'm a person. No, you can say no. You are only living as a person. You are still the being living as a person, and you still have the wisdom of the being only. It is about whether you use the wisdom of the being or not. No? And this is where a fundamental change is possible very fast without a long journey or growth. That you, the being living as a person, can use the wisdom of the being rather than using the wisdom of the person. Wisdom of the person in this case is the accumulated wisdom. No, accumulated understandings or like this. No? Versus you can use the fresh wisdom of this moment in this moment. That time you will be using the wisdom of the being. No? So that's also is a possibility here where big change can happen very fast. That's why there's the importance of being free from the past in relation to knowing who we are. You know, because past means the accumulated understanding. You know, accumulated understanding in from the perspective of the being is nothing but a uh, assumption in a way that this is what I know and I don't want to know more on this subject. No? And for most of the things will be all right, no? Maybe right now. But about yourself, it should never be like this that you the being believes that I know enough about myself. In the direction of knowing who we are, it should be knowing, not knowledge. Let us never freeze it. Let us freeze everything, maybe, if necessary, body, mind, life, everything. But the knowledge about who we are has to be alive in a way, no? Like refining, no? Because by knowing more clearly who we are knowing everything more clearly as it is actually. Whether it is my own ability to know, whether what I call word that I experience, whether what I call body or anything and everything. That is the nectar, that is Amrit Kund, that is the pool of nectar inside our own being. Let us drink it as much as we can so that our eyes become clean. Our mind or wisdom of the being becomes empty. So that we can know everything as it is. No? I have this feeling. What do you feel?
Yes, beloved.
So which version will be better, Nishant? That you try to understand what is a being in the mind or as the mind, or you try to simply look at the mind but as the being. Which one is better?
Second version.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
second version is better, then meditation is the way. Because we are not able to get out of mind by just seeing or watching or being aware or being conscious. That can lead us to a spiritual growth, like relatively we become aware that why I am so engaged with the mind, with what is happening basically. Mind means what is happening inside. No? Not mind is what is happening, but that habitual or compulsive engagement. And we relatively become more and more clear about it, and which is a good thing. But meditation is the way. Not trying to get out of mind, but trying to live as who we are. No? Because the very effort of trying to get out of the mind is going to keep us in the mind. Let us not understand how to get out of mind. Let us understand how to sit as in our own being, as ourselves. No? Because I am in the mind is a dream in which we are living right now. Not that there is a mind in which we live. No? So part of the dream is what we are calling bondage. Part of the dream is also what we are calling ourselves who is in this bondage. Both are part of that dream. Wake up. How? By sitting in our own being. Fundamental meditation, Dhyan and Satsang. No? And like this, Nishant, awakening is an independent thing, independent from the spiritual growth that we experience, or the also awakening that we desire during that time. You know, the understanding, our own understanding of. You know. That's why I'm calling it simple clarity, just clarity. Like the perception is becoming purer and purer. The perceiver is becoming more and more still. Just one thing, not many, many, many things. Just one thing. The perceiver is becoming more and more still. Perception is becoming more and more pure. No. And there are no problems found here which are left to be solved, but an amazing view which only produces excitement and supreme joy in our being. It is natural to be joyful, by the way, in life. It is it is effortless to be joyful for the being who is living in this natural state. No? And then that day we will laugh also that how much effort I was making to be miserable. And I was thinking that I am making effort to be free from misery. No? Thank you, beloved.
Thank you so much, beloved. Thank you so much.
Nishant, I don't say that the mm, spiritual discussions are useless or anything. No, they are so very useful. No, spiritual discussions are so very useful. No, explorations and even discussion, exploration are very useful, but even discussions are very useful. But the only problem is that the one who discusses is mostly not central, meaning not stable. The moment the one who discusses spirituality is more stable, it starts becoming more clear. You know, the benefit begins by being stable, by being more undivided. No, I'm not saying totally undivided, but like relatively less divided. The less we are divided, the better. Even discussion will help. No? Like we will become clear that you are right actually. Why I think that, or why, like lot of blind spots can be removed by even listening sometime in satsang also. No? But yeah, you are like, why I believe like this? Like our own beliefs, they surface, they come in front of us, and we feel like that's kind of funny. Why I believe like this? You know what I mean? Like a relative awakening takes place also. Like yeah.
So true, beloved. I feel the discussions has made things so much simpler. There was so much stuff that this all these discussions helped clear things up so much that came to a point. It came to a very simple, something very simple. You know, reduce things. I think maybe supporting activities that we've done in retreats, all of those help come to that simplicity. And I think there was a recognition over there that from here effort will not work.
Yes, yes. That's so good actually. That's so good. Because when effort will not work, still something will work. And we are able to sense that, okay, not that, okay, effort will not work from here. And we are just sad that, okay, effort will not work and I don't know what else. No, we are still excited and growing in the knowing of who we are. No? When we know that effort will not work now, from now onward. At some point, Nishant, we become crystal clear that only one thing works. That is living of truth works. Nothing else. Everything else is living in the dream. Whether it is apparently like trying to get out of the dream, trying to understand what is the dream, or anything. Just one thing helps. It becomes clear at some point that living of the truth is the only thing that helps. And then we will find a way. Dhyan is one way of living the truth. Satsang is another. Living the truth. Living, not knowing, watching, or anything. Living. Living means like living that taste of truth right now. Like, tasting that. Living means tasting the truth. What is Dhyan actually for me, and Satsang also? Living the truth. By living the truth, we kind of get out of the dream in which we are. Relatively only. But still we are less in that. Like the dream becomes thin in a way. That's from where you start understanding, oh, you are right, this is true. Because every one of us is the same being, same truth. We all have same wisdom. We are just sleeping as the being, meaning we are not aware of being the being, and that's why we are not using the wisdom of our own wisdom, natural wisdom. Like we are the being, we are the still being. Every one of us is the still being right now. And our seeing is also pure right now. Every one of us, same being, still being and pure seeing right now only. Every one of us has this access, this. What we call effortless awareness is that pure perception, pure perceiving. So that is there. But there is something else also there right now. That something is the sense who I am, the definition who I am, the involvement and activity and all of this is also there. So we are placed in an outer level of our own being. From there, we are perceiving, which is a perceiving mixed, like a pure perceiving mixed with the intellectual perceiving, you can say. Intellect is nothing but pure intelligence plus the beliefs or assumptions. In that way, I am saying. But if we can relax a little bit, like we can be a less active perceiver. If we can be a less active perceiver, active in the sense of not doing so much with what we are seeing or not moving so much when we are seeing, as we can be more less active seer, we are slipping out of the intellect mode into the intelligence mode of the being, state of the being. So that is the relevance of meditation, learning to slip out of that active mode of perceiving into more relatively what we can call passive mode, which is not passive really, which is very passionate. The being that we are is very supremely still and very passionately looking around like, okay, not around in that way, but as a whole it is just open and looking, okay, hey, I'm present in life. Let's see what is there, which I can perceive right now. It is so excited. The being is so excited here in this, in not active mode. No, this is that thing which where we can come out of our mind. So mind state is like perceiving plus mixing something with the perceiving, or with what we are perceiving in a way. That is mind state of being. Being state is the pure perceiving without adding something to it. Something like this maybe. Let us understand ourselves through direct experience of it. It's just a pointing. These are just pointings. Thank you, beloved. So this is available to every one of us right now. Now where we are right now. Let's ask ourselves. And nobody can really say that I'm not so spiritually, mature that I can understand what you are saying. Every one of us is the same being, same truth actually. Maybe sometimes we don't want to understand this kind of thing which is being shared, which is like totally fine. Then you can talk to me, what do you want to understand right now? We can explore that now. So please, anybody talk. A few more minutes we can continue. Then we will end this meeting. Yeah, Ekta.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much, Virat, for the guiding. And thank you everyone so much for all the questions and everything that was said during the satsang. Thank you so much. Virat, now that when you were saying that everybody is the being, and I just noticed that yes, I feel it. And I could also notice that there is a sleep state, and I was really sad that I chose to enter the sleep state. And when I come to the satsang, I'm reminded that don't choose the sleep state. And it's so subtle that it just feels, it gives me the illusion that yes, you are there. But now that I was seeing that, because when the true taste happens, you actually feel that what you were tasting was just an illusion. It's keeping you distance from what you are living right now. So I just wanted to bring this in front of you, and yeah.
I would like to share a little bit like this with you, and anybody else also maybe can correlate with it. You are that being, the truth. You are the truth, already and always, every one of us. No? And by your own will, you have chosen to dream. Okay. And who is creating the dream in this case? It is the one who is watching the dream, you. And who is that one who is living as a character in the dream? Also you, isn't it? So that character called myself in this my life, this my life is the dream of that being that you are, beloved, which you yourself are actively, weaving day and night. No? Actively, the effort. This is the effort part of the being that you are making effort to keep this dream as you want it to keep. No? And without your effort, there is no dream. No? But without effort, you are there. No? And I'm not saying let's get out of the dream called my life or something. There is no such thing I'm saying. All I'm saying is that let us come to the reality of life. That whatever I'm experiencing, there is some active participation. There is something actively I'm doing about it. However, knowing or living myself, I do not need that activity or any activity for that matter. No? I can experience myself without any effort. No? And that is going to be an eye-opener, that if I can experience myself without effort, even if it is not so definitive, like, there are no boundaries which I can draw right now here towards who I am in relation to the dream of my life and myself. No? And still, it's going to be an eye-opener. No? Ekta, let us try to understand suffering also. Suffering. No? Like, who is suffering? Is it the dream character suffering? In one sense? No. But actually you are suffering, no? You, the being, is suffering. No? The watcher of the dream is suffering or not? That's from where the desire to change what we are experiencing our life comes or not. I'm just sharing a little bit something which can be an eye-opener for some of you. It's not like an answer to some things, or it's not like a philosophical, you know, definition of reality or anything. It's more like a question right now for you. We are living in a state of how to say, hypnosis or something, identification, where we are believing that there is a life independent of me, separate from me, and there is a myself separate from life. No, it's not true. The experiencer and the experienced, the life that we are living and that who we are, who is living life, are one thing. They are not two things. They both are continuously uh, in sync with each other in a way. No? In the ancient wisdom, it is said that the world that we experience is like a web. A spider throws a web out of itself, plays with it, lives in it, and then withdraws everything back into itself, and then there is nothing else now. Just sitting in our own being, in the emptiness, in the purity of our own being, no word is found, no life is found, no body, no bodies, no intelligence, no intellect, nothing is found here. Just pure beingness. Then we will open our eyes from here into the body, into the mind, into the life, and then we will slowly start knowing, as we were living also today in the guiding. No, we were living in the guiding. No, that like you get to know that what happens. No? Like this, we came into the purity of our own being, where no word exists, no dream exists, no dreamer exists, no dream character exists, just the pure being. And then we came out of it into where? Into the body, meaning into the dream again. And slowly we are going to know that what is happening here. We cannot know from within the dream that what is the dream. We can only know the dream as the dream from outside of the dream. At least we should get chance to go out of the dream once. Sitting in our own being, sitting in the purity of our own being is that chance, getting out of the dream into the awakened state of our own being, even for 1 second. No? Like this. Then we will somehow, we have a perspective, we have a comparison between two radically different states of our own self. No? Thank you, beloved. So very good, Ekta ji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brad, for the sharing. It totally put things in perspective. I could just resonate with it.
What did you say?
I could just resonate with it. It kind of
Yeah. Good. Yeah, Bilaji.
Guruji, I just wanted to say that it is such a beautiful meeting today. It's so complete, so fresh, so full, so, how to say, powerful. And I'm so grateful to you for all pointings and all guidance on walking.
Thank you.
How wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It is actually because of all of us. No, satsang is a is a meeting of beings, no? So it is because of all of us that we are interested, no? Meaning we are interested in living that our own truth right now, no? And we are being immediate about it. This being immediate basically also results in being simple. You know, many times we are not simple because we are not kind of right now interested in living the truth. That's why a lot of other things come. You know, like when we are very thirsty, then we don't talk about water. No, we just drink it. No, in that way. You know what I mean? In that way. I have this clarity in my heart that many beings are thirsty for truth, in a way. They maybe don't know that many times clearly. And Dhyan and Satsang is that offering of life to them, where they can come and drink and also can recognize that, yes, this is what I want. And somehow, sometimes they are so troubled maybe, or so caught up in the mind that they still continue moving too much when in satsang. Moving means trying their own way, in their own way, trying. Not like listening, not listening that, okay, what is this guiding? They're then not able to connect to the guiding so easily because they're just continuously moving inside too much also sometimes. But so this is where we develop taste for truth also in satsang, no? In Dhyan and Satsang, we develop taste for truth and we get to drink truth also. No? Where is truth? You are truth. You are this you who is drinking truth. You are this truth. You are drinking yourself. Satsang and Dhyan is an environment, it's like a circumstance in some way, like a catalytic agent in some way, that it kind of turns your attention towards you, like it kind of turns you towards yourself in a way, like you start drinking yourself in a way. What is being? What is Dhyan? You start drinking yourself without thinking that whether this is being, whether I should drink or watch or be aware or be conscious. No, you do the real thing now this time. No, you are able to do the real thing. That real thing is like an actual connection of the being with itself. You know, not like, am I connected? Well, like, shall I connect like this or like that? No, those things are not there. Like you are really connected. You know what I mean? That is the thing. That is the where magic happens. No? Until then, we will just keep trying to figure out that how to do it. No? Satsang is not really a way to teach how to connect to ourselves. It is a way to live connecting to ourselves right this moment in a alive manner. Satsang. Dhyan is that technique. Technique means a understanding. No? Technique means a understanding, which we can try in our own time, from our own comfort, convenience. Satsang is a alive dhyan in a way. No? Like in an alive manner, it is being lived right now. But we need to be present, we need to listen and connect to what is being shared, like what I call walking together. No? Because I really don't have any agenda, like a preparedness that, okay, these are the things we are going to talk today. This thing is together, all of us together, uh, present and living, and then what is happening is this, what is happening today, no? The sharing, the talking and all of it. It is for all of us and it is because of all of us. It's not an individual thing, but many times we are too isolated as individual, even when in satsang, that we are not able to open up and connect to what is being shared. You know what I mean? But that's fine also. So discussion does happen and can happen in opening up, in a way, no? In seeing that that satsang is not what will happen at the end of the satsang. Satsang is what is happening right now, no? Satsang is not a place where technique is being told to connect to the truth. No, satsang is the technique being used to connect to the truth right now. Life is using the technique called satsang right now, no, to connect to the truth. I hope it is not too subtle or too direct for all of you. So then it's so good. Thank you so much. All of you must be very beautiful beings and very, very present, no? Like interested. Like one thing in the end I want to share, and that I think then that's a wrap. When we are troubled in the state of person, troubled, meaning when we have started suffering the experiencing as an individual, that time sometimes we get too much caught up in the sense of trouble or into the project that I have to solve my problems, no? Which is like okay, but Dhyan and Satsang is not really focusing on solving the problems. It is trying to solve the sense of problem only, not the problems. Not the problems. It is trying to just remove the sense of problem in the being. And what is the method? The method is that the being, if the being can live its own truth, its own purity, which is pure joy, that sense of problem will not be there in the being, and the being will start opening, opening its own heart, its own joy. Its own joy will start coming into the body, into the mind, into the life. And there is no talk happening about what were the problems and how to solve them. This talk is not happening here. And somehow we remain so attached to our sense of problem that my problems are not being talked here. Then how they will be, what purpose this satsang will serve? There are challenges in life. There are always going to be some things which are not to our liking or disliking, but they are not problems really. In that way, In reality, I feel there is only one fundamental problem, that the being feels in some way that I can be joyful, supremely joyful and comfortable and peaceful in myself right now, and I'm not able to. That's the only one real problem in the being. No? And I feel we can learn this together, including right now also, including remaining few seconds even, few minutes even. Well, the life flow or certain part of life flow looks like a problem to us when we are not living it from the joy and completeness of our own being. There are definitely a lot of challenges in life, definitely, which will include happiness, unhappiness, everything actually. So I think it's very good. Thank you, Mila. Thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you.